Hello students, welcome to the social studies class. We'll continue geography chapter 4 agriculture. Yesterday we discussed about primitive farming, that is primitive subsistence farming, zooming and various other features of primitive subsistence farming. Today we will discuss about intensive subsistence farming, commercial farming, plantation. So let us start. Intensive subsistence farming. This type of farming is practiced in areas of mostly in high population, where there is a high population or high pressure on the land for cultivation of crops. This type of agriculture mostly we see in the areas where there is a fertile soil, good climatic condition, good geographical location, availability of water or irrigation facilities. In such areas we find such type of agriculture. Mostly we find in our country in the northern plains. Now let us talk more about this type of farming. Now in intensive subsistence farming, it is a labor oriented farming. Here there is a high dose of biochemical inputs are used and irrigation are used for obtaining higher production, because this type of farming is mostly done for the self consumption. Farmers do such type of farming for their own consumption. Only in rare cases they sell the surplus in the market. Now the right of inheritance, which is leading to the division of land among the generations in our country, making the size of land holding per farmer very less. That is, in our country, the size of land holding per farmer is decreasing generation by generation. During the independence in 1950s, 60s, the land holding per farmer in India was around 40 hectares, but at present it has reduced to 1.7 hectare. This is only because of the division of land among the families generation by generation, because of which there is enormous pressure on the land for the cultivation of crops, due to which the farmers are using various measures to increase the fertility of the soil, to increase the production, and they are not leaving the land in any agricultural season. Otherwise, earlier the farmer used to leave the land for one or two agricultural season as a fallow land. So, due to which the land used to regain its natural fertility. They used to use very less or nil chemical fertilizers. They used to use only organic manures which were made from cow dungs, dry leaves and all. But now it is not possible to do agriculture and have a good production without using chemical fertilizers. Next, commercial farming. This type of farming mostly depend upon the modern inputs, the latest technology. For example, it requires high yielding variety of seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides in order to obtain higher productivity, higher production, good production. The degrees of commercialization of agriculture varies from place to place, region to region in our country, because in our country all the regions are not equally developed. Now, for example, if you take the states like Punjab and Haryana, in these two states we see wheat is a staple food crop, but the farmers in these two states, they grow rice as a commercial crop, and the main intention of growing rice is to sell in the market and to earn huge profit. Now next, plantation. Plantation is also a type of commercial farming. This type of farming is a single crop grown on a large area. The plantation has an interface of agriculture and industry, means it is directly related to the industrial area, because most of the product of plantation farming or most of the output of this farming is directly used as various industries in the form of raw materials. For example, in India, tea, coffee, rubber, sugarcane, banana, etc. These all are important plantation crops, and these among these most of them are used as a raw materials by various industries for processing various products. But these industries require huge labors, and to work in this farming we see in our country migration labors are used. They migrate from various places of the country in these areas where this plantation agriculture is done, and they work in the plantation agriculture. For example, Assam, famous for tea. Like that only if you see North Bengal coffee, Karnataka coffee, in Kerala rubber plantation, Karnataka also we can see rubber plantation, Andaman Nicobar Island we can see rubber plantation. So in these states we see the plantation is done on a large scale, and these states or the area where the plantation is done on a large scale need a very good developed network of transport and communication, because directly the raw materials are transported to the industries from the place of production, that is from the field, for which we require a very good network of transportation. So indirectly we can say here that agriculture is giving scope for the secondary sector, that is industrial sector and transportation, that is tertiary sector, service sector also. And we can say all the three sectors are interdependent and interrelated with each other. So students, that's all for today. We'll continue tomorrow.